So today will be our last day working on the yacht. We got all the Detroit Diesel specialty tools out here because we're going to be doing the tune-up and everything on the engine, getting it ready for startup. But yeah, not nearly as many tools today. So just a regular tune-up kit here. It's got the pins in there and everything. We're going to be using the feeler gauge. It's a two-step feeler gauge, so go, no go. It's 15 and 17, so it sets them to 16. So it's got a little hump on there, as you can, hopefully you can see it there. And then I also have the injector timing tool, the snap-on one, which is the height gauge. This one here has got a dial caliper on it. That one works really, really well. Need to put this gear drive back on the end of the camshaft here. This runs a hydraulic pump on the engine. Start?
Yeah.
Good. So this will go in there this way. That other piece comes out if you want to put it in later. Now it doesn't matter. If you put it where the keyway's straight up for you, that'll make it easier. Okay. It's got a skinny side. See the one skinny side where it goes? So just so you get like a smooth pull on it where you can just slide it in and out just a little bit. Good?
Yeah.
So the skinny part is a two-step feeler gauge, and then the little part goes in, and then the big part doesn't fit anymore. You set it with the big part. And then when you tighten it down, the gap changes because of the tension on the nut.
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah. Go back a little bit. Did I not loosen this? I must not have loosened it. It's too tight, I think.
That one's a little too tight.
Yeah.
And that one's good. Goes in and then it stops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oop. Yeah, it stopped on the mark.
Yeah,
That's the mark there.
Okay. The other way.
I can't see it, so you guys tell me.
You're almost to 1.47, so you got quite a ways to go. Keep going. Keep going.
I have to re-grab it. Okay, ready?
Yep. Keep going. I mean, you're 7, almost 7.5. Keep going. 7.8. 1.480. So we have 1, 2, 3. A little bit more. Stop. Now, as you tighten it down, it's going to move a little. So let me
back it off a little.
Yeah, I don't remember which way it goes. Let's tighten it down, and we'll get a.
Tightening it will take it up, I think, because that's the way it wants to spin. The nut, anyway, has to tighten this way. Get on it.
Yeah, so.
It is turning it?
Yeah, when you are you tight right now?
Yeah.
So that took it down to about 180. So let's take it up to about. Go ahead and loosen it back up. And then turn it the way you were turning it before, just a little.
What am I on?
That's going the wrong way anyways, I think. Keep going. So that's...
Keep going?
Just a little bit. Okay, so we're about 2 thousandths over now, and then by the time you tighten it down, I think we're going to be there. We're about 1,000th off. So let's loosen it.
More than that?
A hair more. 1,000th more. Right there. Let's try that. And the boat owner knows he needs to put a cotter pin. The cotter pin broke that came out of there, so we just have a wire tie in there now. But he's going to put a cotter pin in there.
Okay.
That's good. 1.484. We're shooting for 1.484. One more. Right there. Let's try that. We're 1,000th off. So one more. This gauge really helps you set them very, very accurately. There you go. Try that. Get this gauge sliding off. Let me recheck the calibration on it. We're really close. Turn that so it's exactly, it's a hair off. Grab that base for me.
Why are you there? Well, I don't know why you're there. Are you fucking kidding me? There's like 6 of them on this boat.
This is all stuff that just takes time, so sorry it's boring, but we got to go through, and I'm not going to show you all of them, but we just got to get things dialed in right, and it takes a little bit of time to get everything right.
Right?
We're a 0.5 off, so loosen it back up and just the tiniest amount increase. Right there. Tighten it just a hair. That's good. We went through and set all of the fuel fingers, make sure everything was perfectly adjusted. So when the first one on this side is tight, you can't push that in. It's all the way up into the injector at full fuel. And the second one should have no wiggle whatsoever and be at full fuel. This one's got some wiggle. So we're getting ready to loosen all the rest of them here and go down the line and get everything adjusted here. But yeah, you got to make sure that all the fingers are set right where they are giving the exact amount of fuel. That sets the amount of fuel that the injector can put out by depending on what position that little lever's in. Well, this boat was it was a fun and interesting project for us. I believe we went there and worked 7 days on it, over a period of a month and a half it was, I believe, or 5 weeks, something like that. But we'll give you an update here in just a second.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, so we left the boat that day with everything on the engine ready for a startup, but he still had to put all the cooling system components back on and all that kind of stuff. So we couldn't actually start it. We wanted to not even put oil in it until after he had coolant in it and let it sit overnight and make sure no coolant was leaking through those seals. We were so concerned about that stuff. So he's going to take a couple days to get everything put back together on it, and then he's going to shoot video for us and send us a video clip of the first startup. But it's been so long now. He's on his trip and he's been so overwhelmed with stuff. He does have the video, but he hasn't been able to send it to us yet. I tried to get my wife to volunteer. I said I need to make some motorboat sounds, and she declined my offer. I was going to do my own audio of a first startup with some motorboating. She said no. But yeah, so he's going to send us the video on it, but I wanted to go ahead and update you on this, and I'll kind of follow through with some emails that we've had back and forth on how the trip is going. So we'll go right into this now. So I sent him an email a few days later, asked me if he'd filled it with coolant yet, because I was definitely worried about that. And then he replied that, yeah, it took forever to get all the marine cooling system parts installed at the heat exchanger, and it was such a pain to line it up and get the heat exchanger seals and everything done. And so far, there's no leaks. And he's going to close up the inspection plates and fire up the next day. And he's going to get some videos for us of that as well. And then a few days later, I said, how's the trip going? Coolant staying out of the oil. And then it took him another few days to get back to me. And with good news, he said she is running fantastic. They started their journey home. They began cruising at 1,000 RPM, then to 1,100, and then to 1,200, and then up to 1,400 for about an hour, mostly cruising around 1,200 RPM with temps about 170 so far. They were stuck in Demopolis, Alabama due to flooding. They were unable to get through the locks because of the flooding. There's no oil consumption, no coolant loss. The temps are staying right at 170. They did have a hydraulic line burst. It was the pump that we took off for the cam. That runs it's a stabilizing system on there, but he got that fixed. The lockmaster let him do that. And then I waited another few days and sent another email. And this was just day before yesterday. He got back to me that, so they're now officially down in the Gulf of America down there. They docked in Destin, Florida, and they've been traveling like 13 hours a day in the boat. So they haven't had time to send us any of those videos yet or anything. So as of 2 days ago, this is where they're at. And remember, they're heading down towards Tampa area. Bradenton, Florida is where they live at. So they're through the hard part now. They're in the Gulf, and they should be able to be home soon. And then he's going to get us all that video and stuff like that. But I figured I'd update you now, and then we'll have one more final video with the stuff that he submits to us. Okay, well, I hope you appreciate the update on this, and I'm glad to hear that things are going well for them and the engines are running so good. That's nice. I know he wanted us originally to rebuild the other one too, so I'm not sure if he still wants us to do that or not. But that would be a fun project. Maybe go down there and do that one day. We'll see. But hopefully we'll get that video from him of the startup and the running of the boat and some videos from the trip. That would be really nice. But again, I'm happy to update you on this, and that was a fun project.
See him loading up his tools, check the air and all those duels. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Well, he's got a long, hard ride in old Lenny the Silver Sides. Get that bus grease monkey on the road. Well, he's got that hammer down and that 47 Hound. It's that bus grease monkey on the road. He travels all around and he's coming to your town. Get that bus grease monkey down the road. With the propped up engine door, watch that bus grease monkey do his thing. 30 years behind that barn, 'cause it don't run worth a darn. Watch that bus grease monkey make it sing. He knows them Detroits, there's no doubt, upside down and inside out. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Saving buses far and wide in that old blue Silver Sides. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Now he's moved his family to the hills of Tennessee. Watch that bus grease monkey make his home, bringing buses back to life with the help of his dear wife. Watch that bus grease monkey get it done. Well, he travels town to town working on them old greyhounds. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Saving buses far and wide in old Lenny the Silver Sides. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know?